Okay. Guys, see the screen okay?
Yep.
All right, excellent. Do a little housekeeping here. Okay, welcome everybody. Let's start with Laura. Okay.
Okay, so this was just a shot. I saw the composition. I thought this is interesting. Just it's Saudi to Lake.
Uh-huh.
It was a hot afternoon, and the the fisher people were sitting back in the shade watching their rods.
Yeah, boy. I'd probably put a rock or something on there. They might lose it.
Yeah.
They're pretty light. Even a little fish would probably pull those out. Okay. Anybody got any ideas to improve this? Yeah, or darken the top. Yeah, kind of create it. Yeah, yeah. Or maybe even just a radio gradient, so you're more in the center.
Yeah.
Let the top kind of arc if you want, or you could run it along this angle. Do a linear one and run it along the angle here. So, yeah, any of that would work. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cute. Was that one of those Cool Mondays?
Coatamundi, yeah.
Got one? Yeah.
Yeah, I came up the hill and stared right at me. I mean,
Wow.
I was probably only, I don't know, less than 10 feet away from him.
You have to see one. Was that up in Madeira?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All
I
right.
I didn't know his snout there.
Looks like it's got four nostrils there.
Yeah, the white part around the snout. I was gonna say snot, and that wouldn't be appropriate.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
details
pulled on the
there.
highlights and stuff and pulled them down as far as I could, and yet it still
Yeah.
that area was pretty crummy.
Right.
I didn't even notice it for the longest time, and then I looked at it and said, "Wait a minute, Sandy's going to tell me to pull down the highlights because I always need to pull down the highlights."
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a way to beat that if you realize it while you're exposing. If you got something that's got light and darks like that, is to take your adjustment in your camera, your EV down at about a third or 2/3. I usually go 2/3 down in the negative, and that'll pull your highlights down for you in the raw. Okay,
Yeah, thanks.
sure. Just to go a rule of thumb, especially on a contrasty place like Madeira.
Yeah, it's hard because you go into the bright sun and then into the shade,
Yeah.
and even if I try to get up there early.
Mhm.
I'm surprised you got that close to it, Lauren. That's
Really?
amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing.
That I got that close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't approach him. He came up to me. I don't know if he was happy or not.
I think he looks like he's begging. Maybe he thought you had some
No,
food. Yeah, he's looking for goodies.
they got those sad eyes.
Yeah. I think I like these better than the koala bears. I think they're cute. Okay, so Arizona koala bears. There we go. All right. All right, good.
So
Nice drop.
again,
This.
what is it? The pistol? It's all blown out.
Yeah.
And I took this with my phone actually, I think,
Mhm.
and processed it in a Photoshop app.
Okay.
Um,
So you know the trick in the phone, right? Do you have an iPhone or a different one?
an iPhone, yeah.
Okay, so if you got the iPhone, you get all lined up. If you touch the area that you want to control and focus, you get
Mhm.
the square, right?
Yeah.
Tap the screen, you get the square. But if you put your finger to the right of the square and start dragging it down, you're gonna affect your exposure.
Okay.
I want to underexpose this a little bit,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
put the shadows back when you're processing it. Are you shooting ProRAW on the phone? Or
Yeah.
J? Okay, good. Well, then you should have the dynamic range if you do that. So
Yeah.
again, try it. Just tap to get your
Yeah.
focus and then,
I've used the square to focus it, but I've
yeah,
never, I knew that would pull it down. I've never done it though.
yeah. If you just go to the right and pull it down, it's almost like a little sunshine icon and a vertical line there, and just pull it down till you're starting to see some detail there. And then watch your shadows too, so they don't get too dark, and you
Mhm.
find a happy medium.
Yeah.
So that's kind of your EV compensation on that. I think you can, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a place where you can underexpose and set your EV on the phone as well. I think it's in the upper left somewhere.
Oh, okay. I'll look for that.
It's depending on what model you have and what
Yeah.
operating system you're on.
I got a 14, so it should be pretty close
Oh,
to.
yeah, that's the one I
Yeah.
have. Well, yeah, okay, great.
See, this is why I come.
There you go.
Okay. This was, last time I brought the grill at the truck. And
Yeah.
you said something about where are the people? I said there were people. So I just brought the original to show you, and I don't want to take up a lot of time, but to ask what you would do different than what I did with just trying to get the grill and the people out.
It might be fun to have the legs here on the right. I think, Sandy, that's what you were saying last week. It might be fun to have the people.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it the way it is.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Yes, Lori. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might try
Okay.
Chenra to fill or something to knock some of these things out, or you can retouch them out if they bother you.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
they're probably had some dust on the front element, and the sun caught it, and you got some of these going on there.
And Lori, the driver's got a dog sitting in the
Yeah.
cabin with her. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
She's got
I
like,
need to open the dog up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
No,
she's
I
got
don't.
the like the 50s look, with the
Uh-huh.
You should
thing
maybe-
around her head too.
Yeah,
So.
Maybe move the dog over to the driver's side.
I just put his head on that flannel shirt.
Okay, well,
Um,
I wanted to show you the
I guess
original,
you could.
so you know where I came from originally. So that's just,
Dog and the interaction a lot stronger, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you could pull it in a bit. You could even come in
Yeah.
if you want. Kind of get some. Well, I kind of like that fender.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, something like
well,
that.
that's cool, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
Might even
prefer-
leave a little more of
Nice
the
cut.
window, but yeah, you might even extend it out a little more than that.
Sandy, if you selected the windshield and put a dehaze on it, would that open the driver and the dog up better?
You could play with that a little bit, but yeah, you could do some selective editing in there pretty easily. Yeah. If anything, I would just pick the dog and open it up, get rid of some of this stuff here. Yeah.
Okay,
Twofer, Sandy, I think she had a twofer.
Yeah,
She had the original
right.
that we like, and she had the close-up and the black and white grill.
Yeah. I think I prefer this one.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. Oop.
so this is just a fairy duster,
Mhm.
and I took it in my backyard. And it was this was a crop of what the original was, which was on the right there were some more flowers in another branch. So I cropped it this way, and I applied a studio chalk and concrete filter,
Mhm.
Nice.
and
Very nice.
I was really happy with it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's got that kind of almost pastel quality to it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Very nice. And it fits the softness of the flower very well. Excellent.
Very nice.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all of them,
I
right?
saved the best for last.
There you go. Who wants to go next? Anybody got to leave or be early or anything? All right, well, let's just go down the list then. All right. And then we'll come back to the top. So Paula, Why don't we do yours next?
How would you mind this one?
There was one more, Sandy.
Whoops, did I miss one?
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. Oh, start over here. There we go. Thanks, guys. Did we get two? Yeah, we ended up with two anyway. Well, we'll save that one for later. All right.
I think we're all taking that canyon instead,
Okay.
and I'm just trying to bring up some texture and differentiate, bring up
Mhm. What do you think would offset this ruin a little better? Maybe darken the background slightly?
Yeah,
I could probably document.
Yeah, it might even take some of the sharpness off the background because it's just
Yeah.
so crisp at this point. Just a hint, you know. Yeah, you still want it nice and sharp, but yeah, I think darkening it down and softening it just a hair would separate it nicely.
Yep.
Okay.
is this the White House at Canyon de Chelly?
I don't remember, these were probably taken 10 years ago.
Oh, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
I think,
No, it's not, no.
no, this is the one, if you're looking in the canyons down on the far left and the spider rocks here, it's down on the far left, down the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the names of it. Were you actually down in the canyon or did you shoot these from above?
On this one, I think was closer down.
Oh,
Not
okay.
all of it.
Yeah. Look at this petroglyph.
So it was
Yeah.
Nice.
a long time ago.
See, now you're getting some separation here. Yeah, I would darken this one down a little bit. Yeah. Nice.
This is looking down into the canyon.
Hmm.
I dropped this one quite a bit. I took the sky completely out of it.
Hmm.
And I just like the way the yellow trees, this is like a river flowing through the canyon, so I just.
Was this toward fall or just drought? Don't remember. Okay.
looks like it.
This is my rent-a-niece.
Rentanese.
She's the daughter of some good friend.
Ah, that's perfect. That's great. I gotta tell you a funny story, you know, having a Jewish mother, my mom always, when are you gonna get married so I get some grandkids, you know? So I went to the model agency and I grabbed their catalog with all the kids. And I took it home one night when she had me over for dinner. I said, here, pick one, I'll rent it for you. You almost did. All right. Yeah, that's a great shot.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything on this. This is great.
Nice.
Okay.
Drop it down a little bit.
Yeah, you might want to take a little more top off, but that's your choice. Okay. So let's look at this last one here.
That's nice, Paula.
No, thank you. I softened the color itself because it looked too stark, so I did stylize that a little bit.
Whatever technique you used was just right.
Yeah, this is really pretty.
Mhm.
Good job.
Sandy, what was the filter on this one?
Do you remember?
I went into Photoshop, did camera raw on some stuff. I took it into Photoshop stylize.
In Photoshop Stylize, yeah, one of the filters in there.
Really nice.
And then she pulled back the leaves. So basically she kept it, locally to just the flowers.
Flowers, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Digital flowers.
Yeah, it's really nice. Let's zoom in
it's
on.
really nice.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun. That's fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah, what I really like it, the edges. Yeah, I like the edges on that. That's great.
Yeah, that's a winner.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Roger, I guess this is your debut. Okay, tell us about that here.
Green-eyed dog.
That's my puppy. She just died recently.
Oh,
sorry.
Called her Peaches.
okay.
I just picked random photos, I think.
Okay, do you do any photo editing
No,
with Photoshop or anything, or are you just shooting in camera?
I might have done some levels is all.
Okay. All right. Well, we do a lot of post-processing here, as you can see, so um. You don't have to, but if you want more help in it, you can certainly pick up as you go.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I had various jobs in photography since the last 35 or so years.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, probably I would maybe, darken the foreground and the background a little bit, get her out a little bit, although the light's helping that. Yeah, nice.
I'm just lucky it's in focus.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
One time I had a wedding business,
Okay.
so that's just one of the bridal shots. Stuck the
Nice.
room in there. In the mirror,
Yeah, I like that.
so he was off camera.
Took a little bit of manipulating to get him positioned correctly. That's good. I would probably tone this light down or get rid of it if you decide to go into post. That's your choice.
My granddaughter,
Okay.
stopped by. With my great grandchild, and I snapped some photos for her.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Could have gotten rid of that line
Yeah.
on the right hand side.
Yeah, this a little bit, but the ones that are kind of going into her head, I would probably soften or eliminate those.
Or rotate it around a little bit and square up the right-hand side.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay.
That's just a birthday picture. Could have cropped it down some.
Yeah, I would probably take some top off.
Like at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it this morning in a rush, so I was just glumping through my photos and picked anything that looked halfway decent.
Okay. Well, this is your first time here, so you kind of get a feel for what we're doing and maybe shoot accordingly or hit the archives and bring up stuff that
I did a
kind of.
lot of aerial army photography.
Oh, nice.
Weddings, aircraft accidents.
Were you in a P3 Orion?
Pardon?
Were you flying in a P3 Orion?
No,
No? Okay. My former assistant did Navy air reconnaissance. And they used to take off in a P3 Orion, even.
R-22.
Yeah.
Army,
And-
helicopters.
Oh, okay. He showed me his camera one time. It looked almost like a gun. It had like a gun stock, and he was shooting 120 film in bulk rolls. And just as fast as he could pull on those
They
things.
set the shutter speed of the camera to the plane speed.
Exactly.
So that if the plane is traveling at 530 miles an hour, the camera's shutter speed will be 535 miles an hour.
To freeze action at that
Back
speed.
in the day.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing for.
4x5 speed graphic
Oh,
in the army anyway. I
Yeah.
ended up with a Nikon.
oh, nice. Nice. All right. Well, good start. And welcome. Let's see here. Bueno.
Okay. These are mine out of my photos from the Monument Valley trip.
Mhm.
Month or so ago. And on this one, took the many off to the photograph area and tried to make it a little different. So I did basic processing in Photoshop, but then used the topaz look, the happy little trees, 60%, to just soften some of the details to give it a slight painter look, which you can't really see unless you enlarge it some. I did like the way it treated the details and everything. Yeah, around-
Yeah, you can really see it here. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
I think the tones and everything in it came out quite nice, just from a one-step process with that.
Mhm.
The sky, the clouds look kind of fake, but that's the way they were.
Yeah.
So I didn't paste them in.
Mhm. My eye keeps going up here, so maybe just pull that down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Everything else is really nice. I suppose you could crop some of that down too.
Yeah, I think I was trying to get the 16:9 format.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to take out the rock.
Yeah, I like the rock. It really grounds it. Yeah, I think that works out nicely.
Okay, this is from John Ford's Point, where I guess one of his favorite viewing spots in the valley. And again, I tried to modify it a little bit to think different. And then this is a topaz line and ink. He said,
Mhm.
but it was a 60% also. I toned it down a little bit, but
Mhm.
the line and ink that gives a different look to things. It's more
Yeah, you can really see in this area. I like it.
Yes,
Yeah, too. That's nice.
line.
Looks like a postcard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Again, wide format there to
Mhm.
cut out a lot of the foreground.
Yeah,
About all I did in Photoshop was darken the sky on the foreground.
yeah. Cue the cowboys and Indians. You got
Yeah.
Panavision in Technicolor.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
I don't know what the name of this arch is, but it was impressive.
Wow.
And this one is straight Photoshop, even though you look at the rock in the foreground, it almost looks like a painterly look, but that's the natural rock.
Nice.
So,
Got a good balance here.
Yeah, those colors just.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
Colors are amazing.
And I don't mind this brightness in this one for some reason. Kind of pulls you across the image.
yeah, didn't quite know what to do about it. Didn't want to take it out. but-
No, no. And you don't want to dinge it down either. I suppose you could take it down and change the color temperature to cool it off a little bit,
Well,
or you could warm it, depending on how you want to do it.
yeah. I did darken all of the sky, just using the
Mhm.
blue adjustment,
Right.
but that's about all I did to it. The
Mhm.
rock came out pretty much out of the camera that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, this is right next, actually from the property of the View Hotel.
Oh, okay.
That's Mitchell Mesa,
Mhm.
and it's not especially iconic, but it's just so massive and all of the erosion coming down. from
Yeah, the erosion's really wonderful. I mean, it's sad it's happening, but it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, just pretty much, Photoshop and I darkened the sky
Mhm.
with the colors. It was early morning. Got pretty good red tones naturally.
Nice.
You kept the
Yeah.
cactus
Yeah,
in the corner, that just,
Yeah.
your eye kind of goes there and then
Mhm.
travels on back.
Yep, yep.
yeah, I did darken like that a little bit, tried to make the green a little more prominent.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Wasn't much to work with.
Yeah, yeah. That works.
Okay, this is actually a Navajo National Monument, I guess a juniper tree.
Mhm.
And everything around it was not very attractive, so I just darkened everything. I did use the subject selection and it selected pretty much everything, and then you do little pluses and minuses to clean up the upper part, but it was just such a rugged old piece of wood that I couldn't resist taking a picture of it. And it was a black and white subject really to start with, so.
Yeah, I think it works really well. Textures are wonderful.
Mhm.
Excellent. Let's go back to this one and see if maybe we can play with that a little bit. I'm just curious. All right. Well, we'll update another time here. Okay. So if we go into camera raw and get our little selective filter and use a brush and maybe just do something. I'm almost wondering if I'm going to turn auto mask off real quick. And then I'm going to come back with auto mask on and make sure it's off of this area here. Okay, let's just see what we can do here. See, it's getting real dingy.
Mhm.
Banding too, it probably wouldn't do that in the raw. But then if you start playing with your color temperature, you can either cool it off
Mhm.
or warm it up. So it's just not white. So maybe just play with your color temperature and maybe not so much on the white and the highlights there. Because there's nothing in there anyway. So I think it's basically just doing a little tint. Yeah.
Yeah, make it less intense.
Yeah, so you can make it less intense by bluing it up, or you can make it prominent by making it yellow. It's up to you. So, yeah, I don't even know if I'd mess with the highlight and the maybe just down on the white eye here. But yeah, I think primarily it's your temperature control. And I suppose you could get a little crazy and add a little pink in there. A little magenta.
I avoid the tint, it always goes bad on me.
Yeah, it can go bad real quick. You gotta do it in very moderation, heavily. Yeah, if you get heavy-handed on it, it looks pretty bad. Okay, good. All right, let's. Haven't changed the hotkey on that one yet. Okay, thank you, Wendell. All right, back to the top. Alan,
Yeah,
you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
So this was I was out on a trip a couple of weeks ago there to take shots of the Milky Way, and on the way home came across this nice canola field. I did change the sky a little bit in this.
Yeah.
It just a blue sky before, which was nice, but I liked the idea of darkening it. And so this is an imported sky that's darkened just to get the heavy contrast. So
Mhm.
it's a little more dramatic, Alan.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Real nice.
So I like the way the steel farmhouse thing in the left there is just brightens the whole thing up there. Just
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
a
good.
gorgeous picture.
They make oil.
and the old building versus a new I have no idea what that's called, but where the store grain, I guess.
Silo, grain
So,
silo,
yeah.
Yeah, and the old wooden stuff.
Brain bin.
It's good.
grain bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just and there's a lot of fields right now that are coming up that are like this, so I think I'll be going out to get some more of them.
Oh, I would. That's
And these are dandelions down here?
Canola field. It's a
Canola fields.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the iconic shot, and I've got this one, I got this about a year or so back. Again, a canola field, but with the deer running through it and the deer
Mhm.
with the heads.
Nice.
Mhm.
Really cool.
Well, I like the linear quality of it too.
Yeah.
It's in the off center. It's working really well. And I like the reflective light on the silo too.
Yeah, that's what I was.
It's skyrocketing. You got water cool going, you got everything going on this one. That's nice.
Also, the horizon line is not exactly straight. It's like dipping a little bit, kind of, right?
Undulate.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really neat.
Yeah, if you're gonna do some contests, Alan, that are landscape, I would definitely consider entering this
That
one,
one in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
definitely.
Although
Nice
a lot of
job.
them, a lot of these, any of these competition type things don't like to have skies.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Although I like the other one was pretty good, was just the ordinary one.
Yeah.
So it was a Calgary Stampede here a few weeks ago, and this is just some shots from it. So
Mhm.
it's
Where are you standing there?
sorry,
Where'd you take the shot from?
it's I was just going to tell you, it's from a spot called Scotsman's Hill, and it's called that because you can get a free look at the firework display. The only problem with this location is the actual fireworks are to the left, and when you take a photo of the fireworks, you don't get the backdrop of the cityscape. So I moved the fireworks over a little bit just to get them.
We won't tell anybody.
Use
This is Calgary, yeah. Ah, more fireworks, nature's own.
Yeah, I just love the way this little guy, well, it's not so big. That's about 3 inches in diameter,
Mhm.
and just because it's imperfect, it really attracted me to this photo.
Yep, works well.
A lot of them, you get a lot of shots where they're absolutely perfect, but I
Yeah,
like the way this is half gone.
yeah. What do you think about this little dark area? Think that ought to go?
I didn't even notice that, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tone down and.
Yeah, I'd tone it down to something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
or just get rid of it, whatever you want to do.
And it's nice in color as well, but I like the black and white because it just popped out the little stems and the softness of it as well. So
Mhm. Hang on here. For some reason, I'm not getting the next one. There we go.
Oh, I like the colors.
this is just out in one of the walks around here, and I just like the little flower on the left. I'm not sure, but and then with the shape of the green fern type thing on the
Gorgeous.
just so I took this into again, it was pretty nice the way it is, but I like messing around with these things and topaz. So this is sure which one it's called.
Almost looks like the wind was blowing and then he shot flash with like a rear curtain sync because you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that blur motion going like a slow shutter with a flash.
But
How
it's
do you feel about this being sharp here? Do you think it's detracting from what's going on here? I'm just wondering, maybe softening some of this down.
the
This-
bottom corner there, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here and here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would probably just tickle that down a bit.
And while we're talking about it, there's just a little bit at the bottom of the flower on the left-hand side, just the right, yeah, that little part. Should that go as well?
Yeah, yeah, I
No?
would probably tone it down a bit too. You could probably blur it just a hair.
And I like what I personally like in this is obviously the soft focus
Mhm.
and the colors are just pretty vibrant. So
Yeah,
Yes.
it's wonderful.
and this is a raindrop.
Yep.
It just, not that there hasn't been too much rain here, but when there was, I was out and I took this photo, I guess a few weeks ago, and I liked it again. I liked it in the color, but I think in the black and white, it just really, does something.
You might want to
Mhm.
try pulling some of the color through, maybe not full force, but pastel in the drop.
Okay,
And maybe in the little drops too, some of them, just kind of bring your eye around.
right.
Yeah, see if it works. It might be.
Yeah,
I wouldn't bring it full force because it might be too much,
yeah.
but you can play with it and see what you think.
Okay.
All righty, very nice.
Yeah.
Good group of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks.
Beautiful.
Daryl, let's see what we got here. Just 4?
Yep.
Okay. Look at that guy.
I like him.
Is that a call?
Raven
Raven, yeah.
was just able to get close because he's sitting on the garbage. It's salmon fishing time. And
Wait for leftovers, huh?
lots of ravens on the dumpsters.
I bet, yeah. Nice. I wonder if taking some of that top down just a little bit. I like the way these darks are coming in, but I'd like to see his prominence a little more. And then maybe just a hair on this darkening, just this one section here. I think that, although it almost kind of looks like his legs possibly, but yeah,
That beak is just
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. And then maybe just a little bit of this fuzz in here. Nice.
That little black thing on the right.
Yeah, see that? I just noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And just little cleanup stuff. Yeah, that's no big
I've
deal.
only been back for a week. I haven't had time to do a lot of.
Get to work.
The only thing that I've done with these is essentially crop and
Yeah.
adjustments for,
That's fine, because you got all summer to do it.
Like 3 or 4 days ago, the Mexican bird of paradise are in bloom, and that's what's in the background.
Mhm.
It's sitting on a bougainvillea. I don't have any of the red there, but that's what the branches are from. But I liked the fact that the colors behind him and around him.
Oh, yeah.
Reflected in the bird itself.
Yeah, definitely.
Dramatic color, Daryl.
Yeah.
What kind of bird is it?
That's a hummingbird.
Yeah,
I think just an anise.
yeah, it looks like an anise, and it's cute.
That
Some
little
green.
sets a spider web. that's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
out through there.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't delete it. I probably would.
Yeah, your choice, but I would probably not to get rid of it. And I don't know if you can pull this down a little bit. And this just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is also this week. I like to bring in current things.
Mm-hmm.
And the butterflies and they're hard to get. These guys are just.
Yeah, they're just,
And many times you'll get it, but you don't have enough depth of field.
right, to
And
get
it's not
the,
like you can do a lot of focus stacking.
yeah, right. Well, maybe with a high-speed shutter.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, I like,
Mhm.
ooh, I love this one.
And this is,
Mm.
was just, we were in Homer and just outside of Homer, the Pioneers group maintains a beautiful garden and it had just rained. So.
Real nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
They almost look like starfish.
Yeah. Starfish, yeah. There you go. Very cool. Well, thanks.
Nice pictures, Daryl.
Okay, Dave. On to you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, guys.
Let's go to the fair this week. I have lots of shots from the famous Calaveras County Fair. And this first one is the Himalaya ride, and it's a composite.
Because they're both going into each other.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You got that right away. Yeah, if this was real, it would be a gigantic collision occurring behind the center panel. But what's interesting is the people on the ride, and I'd bring your attention to the right panel. This is so peculiar, Sandy. See here the guy with the stuffed pink animal or what have you.
Yeah.
It's very strange on the right panel.
Yeah.
So there's some interesting people shots. Yeah, right there.
I think that's a woman though.
Is it a woman? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's a woman.
Okay. I just thought it was very interesting spinning around at high speed the way she's looking at the stuffed animal that she
It's in motion. It hasn't, I thought it was just waiting to go.
Oh no, this is moving. And I shot both sides. It's a composite, Alan, and you can see the faces back in the darkness, and
you can see the hair blowing.
Hair blowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what your shutter speed was on that, Dave?
Standard autofocus, whatever. I didn't adjust it. I did have to saturate the sky a little bit because it was very dull, and the rest of the picture's so colorful. So I had to saturate that. The whole thing is a composite. Lots of cuts, lots of cropping.
I wonder if you could darken the sky too.
Well, it
almost looks like a banner now, like that's not even sky.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
Was
originally I thought it was just a big banner with
Right.
the stuff on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Sandy, it was so light that I ran the saturation bar up to 100%, and that's what I got. I could drop in another sky.
Just darken the brightness or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're kind of limited on your adjustments. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to find in all of these fair shots, it was a very bright day, and I got a lot of blowouts.
Yeah, yeah. But I think it works to your advantage because you're doing these things kind of graphic anyway. So yeah.
And the whole photo montage thing is really just to have fun.
Yeah.
And right? It's a composite collage.
Yeah, well, you could ask SpongeBob there.
There you go. And there's like Luigi.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a look at the Fair Princess. And
That's really cool, that shadow.
Yeah.
That's really
yes.
I like it.
And again, here's an interesting thing in the lower left corner. I find it's interesting what's happening here with this couple. Yeah. He's kissing her or holding her, but she's not reciprocating exactly. So I'm not sure if he's trying to make up to her for something or, it's just interesting.
Yeah.
They're kind of street shots. There's interesting human activity going on.
Yep.
Sandy, I'm really aware of how blown out it is. I think my compensator, in fact, my camera completely broke on this trip. It was so hot and the sensor blew out. And I usually hit these pictures at -3 on the compensator. And I do understand, Sandy, that it's very blown out, but she's standing out in the hot sun walking around,
Sure.
So
it's tough.
I mean,
tough light.
Yeah, it is. This
all goes away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not afternoon light. When you go to the fair, it's a bright day.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you put
I think with this
filters on your camera?
Put what?
Filters.
I wish I had a solar filter. That would help a lot.
Well, neutral density, yeah.
I used to have it on my old film camera. I always had a solar cap on it and a hood, but I don't have that anymore. But That would help. Yeah, my camera broke on this trip, Sandy. It gets so hot up there. It blew out the filter of the sensor. Blew out the sensor.
That might motivate you to get
I'm getting a new one this week.
What are you looking at?
A Canon.
Mhm.
And, it's really funny because while I was up there, and this is my second Nikon that got ruined by heat, blowing out the sensor, I said, why don't they make these cameras white? And why isn't the camera bag white so it wouldn't suck in so much heat? And guess what? I've come look shopping for a new camera, and Canon has a white camera.
Mhm.
And I'm going to buy that one. I want a white camera. Okay, maybe it's sissy, maybe it's not James Bond, but I want a white camera so it's not drawing in so much heat. The heat blows out the sensor, blows out the compensation dial. So I'm going to buy a white Canon, Sandy.
And you didn't melt along with it?
No, yeah. You don't, yeah, I think so.
Going to Death Valley.
Anyways, folks, in this one, there's a PNG of, I do believe it's her. On a second shot, I inserted the PNG behind her picture and then recomposed the background. So this is a composite of herself.
Almost looks like it's reflected in a glass or something.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, those are great.
Okay. Here is a picture of a boy with a painted face waiting to get on the dragon ride. And I found this very interesting, how he has his arms crossed and the ride operator in front of him has his arm crossed. And when I was putting this together, I was thinking like that old saying, smile and the world smiles with you. Well, frown and frump and the world frowns and frumps with you. It's the opposite psychological profile. But so I put this one together. I thought this is a very interesting close-up of the boy with the painted face. And then the center panel shows what was happening. And then this is the dragon ride on the right. And my thoughts on this is based on some of our past critiques of my work. Maybe you might think that the dragon doesn't need to be in the picture, but I put it in there as the narrative of fair pictures for this week, Sandy.
I think Dragon makes the picture. Yeah, we all agree that Dragon makes the
Could you
picture.
reverse the dragon?
Oh.
Because so that it looks into the image. Right now, it just pulls you right through and out.
Well, that might be okay too, because it's linear. What Derek was asking was flip the dragon in so it keeps you contained.
Just reverse it.
Looking in.
Yeah.
To the operator.
Yes.
That might be a choice too.
Uh-huh.
I kind of read it that they're all looking over that way. Maybe there's something out off the picture to the right.
And well, it keeps all of the momentum going off, in the direction. Also, Sandy, I had to saturate the sky on this one as well.
Sure. Yeah, it works nicely.
Mm-hmm.
I love this one.
Madness, fair madness. Here's some people being whipped around upside down and on the cyclone ride. And, you guys know I like to put things together, so I collaged on some other elements, like it's the machine of the amusement ride to the left and right here. And then it's been run through a watercolor or some kind of filter to homogenize the image.
I like the way the arms are duplicating the flames.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like little flames. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the person under their sunglasses.
Yeah.
What did she say?
The one hanging out of their sunglasses on the bottom there.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun too.
Yeah. They were probably about to fall off.
Probably, yeah. Very cool.
I keep wanting to see that picture flipped around.
Yes, Jim, I had it. Oh, good, Sandy.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah. I also had it completely upside down, but you couldn't see the faces for some reason. The visual orientation. So,
Yeah, you could do a lot with this one.
Whatever.
Okay, let's see, there's another one here, right?
one more.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Here's a couple sitting on the fence, talking and maybe flirting with each other. I call this one When Hearts Collide, because in the background you see all this steel carnage from the demolition derby that's occurring.
That's
Yeah.
not a very good omen.
No.
Well, I
Now,
guess.
folks, I did a lot of work here. These people were actually sitting way behind the demolition derby. I was about, hundreds of yards away, half a mile away. And I got these people, I moved them forward. I had to completely recompose their bodies with PNGs, put in a montage of the demolition derby behind them. I had to recut all the posters because I didn't want trademarks and corporate logos. Removed some words that were on the poster. So it's extensive collage work. And then it's composed all together and run through watercolor, I believe.
I like the word transmission.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think,
And right in the center between the two, I chose the full head-on collision.
Yes.
These cars were on fire. They were smoking. The aggression of the demolition derby is unbelievable, you guys. They just bang each other up like crazy. And they're just having so much fun.
the wrecking crew.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could continue the series with maybe one with a dumpster fire. There's some food for thought.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, done.
Okay, this is Nova Scotia, Halifax. Just some chairs sitting there on a dock. Ran that through oil or a watercolor in topaz
Mhm.
and added a cement texture to it to get the texture. And you can see it more in the sky than what you can anyplace else.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'd possibly pull that wall on the right side.
Yeah, the wall.
Take the wall out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of looked at that too. I had it out and then I put it back in.
Yeah, that's usually the way I go too. And then you look for a while and see what you think. Yeah, maybe. Well, let's leave that side. I guess we can even it up a little bit, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't bad either.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that might work a little better for you.
Yeah.
Also the colors of the chairs to the, like their buoys or whatever they are behind it, whereas the wall kind of.
Yeah, it really.
I think it gives it more
Makes it-
depth.
yeah,
also,
definitely.
colors.
Well, yeah, because you've got more emphasis on those
Right.
curbs diminishing to a vanishing point as well. Yep.
Very nice. Oh,
This is the lighthouse there at Halifax.
So
Pretty straightforward, just done a lot of radial filters on those rocks and stuff to add, to bring texture out and highlights and darken some, just to put more contrast in.
Mhm.
Don, how do you get to Nova Scotia?
By boat.
By boat from like New
It was on a
York or
cruise
something?
ship, yeah,
A cruise ship?
yeah.
From
That's how we
Maine?
got there.
This is Nova, this is Peggy's Cove, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
You can
Nice.
fly there.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh,
This is Hemming Hemming Island in Iceland. That's a coastal shot. I just like the lone building sitting out there in the middle of nowhere.
mhm.
Again, I used quite a few radio filters on in the background and stuff, and in the foreground to bring out textures and highlights and stuff.
Nice. I like the fact that you didn't center the building as well.
I'm sorry.
So I like the fact that you didn't center the building as well.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that works. Nice.
Thank you. And this is the city winery in the Grand Central Station. This one I ran this through Photoshop on neural filters.
Hmm.
Did a style transfer and just played around with it, and that's what I come up with.
Mhm.
I like it.
I
Thank
like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. It's good.
I had to use radio filters on the right on the showcase there that come out very bright, so I had to use radio filters to tone that down.
Mhm. Yeah, nice job.
Thank you.
Maybe you could gradiate just a little more here. You darken it just a hair.
Okay.
It's kind of naturally falling off, but and maybe a hint here too. And maybe
Okay.
just bring your eye back down into this area.
Okay.
You know.
And this is just old wheelbarrow shot out there in Arizona.
Mhm.
I like that.
Pretty straightforward on it.
You guys think about dropping it tighter, or do you kind of like the openness?
But
You like the openness, or
I
would you come
do,
in tight?
I like the fact that, you know, the vignette brings you right into it.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the color, the light on the brick.
Right.
Mhm.
That whole, it
Yeah,
tells
yeah,
me.
the light's what
Yep.
makes it.
All right, the consensus is we're leaving it full frame.
Okay.
It's almost like there's a spotlight on it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, nice job. Did you do that with a radio filter too?
Yes, those are all radio filters on that.
Very nice.
Used a couple, 2, 3 different ones.
Yeah. Okay, we got them all. All right, nice. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, Jim Bowman.
Wow, Venice.
Mm.
Dennis?
Venice.
So yeah, that's obviously Venice a couple of years ago, and I just like the subtlety of the changes of several buildings, bright colors, but it's soft,
Mhm. Yeah, works really well.
I really like the lone gondola there too.
Yeah, yeah. And you got it just the right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's down the street here. We've got piping plovers,
Uh-huh.
which are. But I suppose I should have done a little more on his face, on getting better clarity on that.
He's banded.
Yeah, he's got.
They're all banded because they're all endangered species.
Yeah. We'll come back to this one because I think it needs a little sharpening too. I just got the new Topaz update and I want to play with that a little bit, just out of
Okay, good.
but let's go through the rest of them first.
This guy thought he was hiding from me.
I'm invisible. Yeah, I like that.
What would you say about on the right, Sandy, the three,
Yeah, you could crop that out. Maybe keep them a little more over to the left. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, or even bring the bottom up then.
I was gonna say you could lose the bottom too, because you got some of that going on there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe somewhere like that.
yeah,
yeah, that's better.
Just
Yeah,
tilt
that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow,
Oh, I like that.
That's good.
dramatic.
Very nice.
Oh, the sun's setting down here. That's great.
There goes
I love the
satellite.
way you did the blue and the yellow.
Yeah,
contrast.
you got the warm and cool, you got
Yeah.
the sunset, you got the boat. Oh, yeah,
is
that's
that off Ludington's beach, Jim?
Yeah. Actually, it's in the channel.
It's in the channel, okay.
that's gorgeous.
It's a beautiful
That's a
shot.
gorgeous picture.
Where was this at, Jim?
This is the channel in Ludington, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
The west coast.
I know where you're at.
Okay, yeah, this is the Badger going.
Okay.
So did you add an amber filter on the bottom or a blue filter on the top?
I don't remember, but I think it was. I mean, it was pretty much, and the day was late anyway. Late in the day, and often the sky is quite a bit just like it is.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Yeah, I probably just knocked
Well,
these
Jim, did
on the edge here. Go ahead.
Jim,
Yeah.
did you enhance the sky or that's it? That's the real thing, real deal.
Yeah, that's the real deal.
Beauty. Hmm.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's definitely a keeper.
That's a winner.
You know what I really like about that is the shape of the sail.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the wind had just caught it just right. Yeah. Beautiful.
And you can see some ropes and stuff.
Yeah, you can just get a little glint of the rigging too.
Yeah. And the mood.
Yeah. And this
So
is
this one, I don't know what happened to this. It's got a funny, I didn't notice I opened it up because it was darker. The original was darker, but I opened it up and then it created a
you got some
kind
kind of
funny, yeah, kind of, I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, it's a
Fingerprint pattern, something.
Yeah, you gotta go. It's something in the sensor, I think,
It's a sensor.
Yeah.
Your noise. Yeah, yeah,
Because it was real low light, I admit that.
yeah, yeah.
But
Well, so we got two candidates for, for photo AI. Yeah, let's see what this what we can get here. First, let's take this little guy down.
Jim, what were you saying? Why are these birds tagged down here?
they're an endangered species.
Oh,
They're all banded. They get them when they're babies and put a band on them.
Guy's been caught quite a few times.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they have to do it so many times, but
Really, especially this one, that's kind of tough to get around. But anyway, yeah, it looks like it sharpens it up, maybe a little too much, but you can go in there and.
What are you using, Sandy?
This is Photo AI from Topaz. They also have a video version, which you might be interested in. does similar things, but to frame
Yeah.
your full clip. So it does a nice job auto masking. So basically it's just sharpening the bird,
Yeah.
not the background. This is new. They've given you kind of suggestions of things you can add, like you can add this adjust thing here. To kind of, you see the little before and after on that. You got upscale, there's denoise if you want to add it. There's a color balance. Let's see what that does. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and
That's
then you can save it as a preset, and of course you can export it.
Does that bird have a beak?
Yeah, it's got a beak.
What, is it the yellow? I can't
Well,
understand.
it's yellow and black. Yeah. Here,
The point of it is black.
here, let me zoom in a little bit. There, you can see
There
it
you go.
better.
Yeah, because of the way his head is, it's
Yeah.
hard to see it.
Yeah, it just kind of there. Any rate,
It's got a little sand on his beak.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's digging for food.
It's taking in food, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you can, warm and cool it up. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's interactive. I think you have to do it and wait till, you got to wait till it updates. So, um, yeah, so that's a little bit of a negative, I think. But it's updating a lot quicker than it used to, so that's a plus. So anyway, you get that option, and then of course you can upscale and so on. So.
What is upscale?
Making it larger, it's kind of like they had a program called Gigapixel, which basically took you little images and made them big enough so you could do like 1620s or whatever. Yeah. So let's see
So
about.
does this supersede the gigapixel?
Yeah, well, although now they have a new gigapixel, so I guess they keep going back and forth. I guess they want to sell more things, or maybe it's cheaper as a standalone when people just want to use that and not the whole suite like the Photo AI does, because it kind of replaced Sharp and Denoise, Gigapixel, and I think one other program they had. They just put it all into one package, and then stopped Studio 2, which is kind of a disappointment. It's kind of what's end, but I think this will hit a bigger audience for them. Let me just move you up here, Jim, and get this other one here. Let's see if it.
Could you show, others in here have seen the imperfections or whatever it is. I'm not sure that I understand what the problem is in the foreground, was it? What is it that?
See all this noise?
Mhm.
That's, I think, a little over the top. So we can, we can take that down a little bit.
Yeah, way down.
Yeah, let's try about half. In fact, let's take it down until we start seeing the artifacts. Might not take much. Maybe somewhere in there. Let's see if it's taking care of that. Yeah, looks like we got it.
Yeah, that's good.
The sky, look up at the sky.
Oh, yeah,
It's more evident.
that's a
Yeah,
good
it's enriched.
test or something.
Right.
Throughout the image.
Hey, like a 1 or 2 might be enough, and still get the detail there. Let's see if it gets rid of the. Yeah, still getting a little wishy here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is this a really good example, Sandy?
I'd say throw the picture out.
Yeah, I guess you could put more original detail in, see if that works. But I guess it's just messing around, fine tuning to get it to where you want it. Let's see
Well,
how far we can go. Yeah, now we got the artifacts back, so you got to back it off.
Sandy, looking at the split screen, you've gone from sand to snow.
There you go.
I mean, it's really cool, though. I mean,
yeah, it still looks a little phony here for me.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So maybe it's this deblur. Let's just get rid of that and see what happens. Yeah, that's the culprit. That deblur was kind of
What was it? What's the word?
deblur.
Oh,
Yeah, it was kind of mushing it up a bit. It needs a hair of that, but look at the difference here.
wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Okay. AI is paying off. All right. So let's
Are you on the payroll?
Sorry?
Are you on the payroll?
No, not at all.
I'm kidding.
Hey,
We should
yeah,
at least give you free upgrades.
yeah.
Oh, well, who did that?
I don't know who did that.
Who
Who did that?
Who done
Yeah,
that?
Who done that?
Who done it? There we go.
I've
Who
been,
done it?
yeah, I've been doing lots of ferry rides lately, and I looked out and I saw this. She was out on the deck. I was inside the ferry. I shot through the window this shot, and then I kind of ran outside to get her to pose for me, and she was gone. By the time I got there, but you know,
Don't you hate
so
that?
yeah. The wind was blowing about 30 knots or something, and she was standing there enjoying the wind, and
That's great.
hair was just flying away. I would have had more hair, but there was a window sill thing in the way there, so I had to crop it down.
What
And
fun.
I did use the filter on the hair. You know, the hair was the thing, and so I used a topaz filter as one of those kind of forget what they call it. It's kind of electric looking filter thing, and
Yeah.
and just brought it way down. Just add a little bit of that to get contrast in the hair, highs and lows.
Yeah,
That picture's rocking, Jim.
Thank you.
yeah, I'm liking that. All right.
What?
So I bought a macro lens, and so when you get a macro lens, they make you sign a contract. You have to take a picture of a bee on a flower, or else they repossess the lens. So it's an old trope, but there it is.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. So the problem, I'm
Wow.
still learning how to use it. The problem is the depth of field on these macro lenses is so narrow. You've
Yeah,
got a moving
but,
bee, you can't focus stack, so you're kind of stuck.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
you know,
It's amazing.
high-speed focus stacking, just for that,
Okay.
you know, especially if he's not moving around a lot.
Right.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just learning how to use it, so I'm not very good with the macro lens yet, but I'll
Yeah.
have some more in the future.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
good.
I don't mind him being out of focus on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe if the eye was a little sharper in the antenna.
No, I see some people they get the compound eye really showing up, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be really cool if I could get that. Yeah.
Definitely. I suppose you could try A on that too, right? But maybe we got some time
Wow.
to see what happens.
Okay. Actually, now I'm seeing a little bit of sensor activity in the background there too. But so this is a goldfinch, and the one on the left is a juvenile. And what the juveniles do was doing it. They move their wings up and down. They throw a tantrum and they squawk, squawk, squawk until daddy comes and feeds them.
Really?
Human children.
That's amazing.
Very nice.
Wow.
And I'm always trying to capture, I always like to try and capture birds in flight. Now, this one has a lot of topaz on it. You can see that. I think probably a couple filters on there. And that you can see around the feet, it wasn't perfect, but it's always a challenge getting birds in flight because the goldfinches fly pretty fast. So
Yeah. Nice.
none of the colors are really natural. I've got more blues and this and that. So just messed with it.
Is that your 2 to 600 on the Sony?
Yeah, that's a 2 to 600. This bird was probably actually 30 feet away when I took the shot.
Nice. Yeah. It's got a,
Were you shooting that on the Sony A7?
Yeah, A7R5 is the camera.
Fine, okay.
What?
This is a bird I've been wanting to see for years, and it's a hard bird to find because it's called a tufted puffin because they live out at sea. And so, but they do come to islands to nest. They dig burrows like 3-4 feet into the cliff and nest in there. So I've tried to see this bird before, but I was able to find it this time, and I got some pretty nice pictures of it. It almost looks like they use that bill to dig their burrows a little bit as well too, along with their feet. And I was really happy. I finally got a decent shot. This is cropped way up, of course.
Amazing lighting and color is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm in gratitude.
Estee Lauder product,
Yeah,
lipstick and eyeliner.
there you go. Yeah,
Puffin brand?
the Puffin brand.
I never knew that puffins had that kind of like hair that.
That hairy feathers, yeah,
Yeah.
that's gorgeous. Yeah. I don't know if you have any, you can just get a hint of the detail in here. If you got any more, that would be the only thing I'd trim. But I
Yeah.
know, this is a beautiful shot.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Shot, Jim.
yeah, that
Yep.
is a fine shot.
Yeah, initially I had the whole body in the picture and I thought, well, really the feature is the head and the beak
Mhm.
and the little tufts coming back. So
Now this
I
cop,
just
yeah, this
just
cop,
propped up to highlight those features, which are the cool features.
yeah.
Where was
Excellent.
it photographed, Jim?
Pardon me?
Where was it photographed?
There's an island called Smith Island. It's in the middle of the Straits of Juan de Fuca. So it's you can only get there by boat, and it's you can only come within I think 600 feet of the island or something like that. So you couldn't get real close to the island, but this guy was out swimming around out by the perimeter. I've seen some classic shots. The classic shot is with a bunch of sardines hanging out of the beak.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
This is great.
incredible.
Yeah, I like the angle of the water.
Yeah.
The attitude. It's just real
I
nice.
darkened the feathers down on the back a little bit. There was more detail there, but I just wanted to bring you up to the head.
Exactly. No, this is perfect. Yeah, if you just
Perfect.
more detail here.
Yeah, I can bring in more detail there.
Yeah, I would. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yep.
Really good pictures, Jim.
You.
Nice group.
Kim.
All right, some of these are old, most of these are old. This is up in Hyde Park, New York, several years ago.
Mhm.
And I actually didn't do a whole lot to this. Cropped it a bit on the bottom. Brought up the shadows just a bit, the shrubbery and everything around there. But the colors themselves of the diner, I didn't mess with anything with that. That's just right out of the camera.
Nice. Yeah.
It's a neat old place. It's just kind of cool.
Yep.
Cool place.
Yeah.
And this is the Flight 93 memorial,
Mhm.
in
See you next time.
Pennsylvania. And I brought the sky down a bit. That is the sky. There was a storm coming in the day we were there.
Mhm.
Which to me just added
The
to the
foreboding.
impact of
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah, definitely.
The museum itself is what is in the background.
Mhm.
And you walk out to the end of that and look down and you're looking at the flight pattern of Flight 93, as it was coming down.
Mhm.
Then I burned the markers a bit, because they were a bit bright, so I burned all those down a little bit to bring out, there are names on each pedestal of the people that perish. And then you can kind of see them in the left corner at the very base. You can see a couple. There's little flags that kids have made that are along the bottom
Oh, yeah.
of each of them, but they're real tiny, so they're sort of hard to see.
Mhm.
But it's just, I don't know, just an impressive, just an amazing place.
Yeah.
Did you say that they're pedestals as opposed to a wall? I can't.
They're kind of a wall, but you can see that it's not quite flat, if I recall. It's been a while since we've been there. It's just the way it's looking. It might just be the way the light is. I guess it's just light.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, you
some-
can see they're kind
Yeah.
of, they
One's
undo,
dark and the next is light.
yeah, they kind of go this way.
Yeah,
Yeah, in and out.
yeah.
And then you can see the flags as well.
But the museum itself has it's got the audio from the phone calls that were made.
Right.
Well, that's nice. I may never get there, but I feel like I'm there.
And
Right.
they've got all sorts of stuff recovered from the crash site, IDs and wallets. And
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's an amazing place.
They were heroes.
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah. Oh, it's Mount Lemon. This is last week.
Okay.
We were up there for 2 nights last week and there was a storm. Well, it just really hazy. I hardly took any pictures during the daytime because that haze is just crazy this last week.
Mhm.
But I wanted to try and get some sunsets. So we went up, staying in Summer Haven. So went up past the iron door to as high as you can get up there. Couldn't really see much because we weren't in the position where it was southwest. So as we came back down, there's a pull off still before you get to the iron door, and that's where this is.
Oh, okay.
And just got lucky. I figured I wasn't even gonna get a sunset. And
No, that's beautiful.
yeah, it sort of reminds me of the Smokies.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And you've got it right where it should be in those peaks. That's great.
So I did take the gradient filter to the foreground a little bit.
Mhm.
It was real dark, just to bring out.
Oh, just
a
open up
bit
some
of
detail. Yeah, good.
But the
good call.
rest of it, I didn't really mess with, other than cropping down on the sky a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you could pull this up kind of toward where Jim Bowman was on that sailboat, or you could leave it the way it is, which is kind of nice and pastel-y.
I like the pastel.
Yeah,
colors.
exactly,
I
exactly.
was just really pleased with,
Yeah.
I've got a few others, I've got the sunset framed by dead trees also.
Nice.
That turned out, but I was very happy, that's one. thing
Yeah,
I wanted to
yeah,
do.
you should be. That's nice. Good job.
This is back in Pittsburgh. We were just walking around downtown, this is again several years ago. And I just happened to see this lady just sitting there having her morning coffee and on her phone. Thank you, the picture, also in color.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
yeah, this is this, topaz split tone filter, split tone preset. I just like the way it kind of sort of vignetted everything, brought the colors out, the colors that are there, and toned everything else a little bit down. But then if you go back to, you can see I got rid of the guy.
Mhm.
I used
oh,
rid of AI and got rid of him for the black and white.
Mhm.
Why? Because there was just nothing I could do with that shirt. I tried. It's just the lighting on it is just too varied.
It doesn't bother me because, it's always good to have things in odd numbers. So you
I
got
liked
three
it in the
things going
color.
on.
Yeah, I liked it in the color,
Yeah.
but in the black and white, it just stood out too much.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
In the color, you've got that group of threes. So
Mhm.
it moves you around.
Actually, I like them both. I just do. I don't like, necessarily like one over the other, because in a sense, they're different things. I got rid of him.
Mhm.
But the black and white just gives you a different
Yeah,
feel.
yeah, I'm kind of partial to it.
I like both the color and the black and white.
I think they both serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep, is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Good. Well, thanks. All right, I think that's it, except for me. All right. Yeah, I got a few minutes here. Good. Okay. I just kind of read through some old people stuff from here, there, and everywhere. This was on film in Guatemala. I think I was shooting an A2E back in those days with Fuji Velvia, which was kind of my favorite films after they quit making Kodachrome. Well, quit processing it anyway. So yeah, she was like, "Well, you're gonna buy something or just take my picture?" Yeah, yeah.
Show me the money.
This is Velvia.
Hmm.
This is after Kodachrome wasn't being processed anymore. Yeah.
So Sandy, this was filmed. Did you scan the photo or
Yeah,
use
I
the
scanned-
negative?
I scanned this slide, yeah,
You did. You scanned the slide.
yeah, and then
Okay.
just a iPhone shot of a guy we ended up talking to because we were on a road in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming and they were tearing it up and we couldn't go anywhere. So we struck up a conversation.
Yeah.
Bobby Head song on the road to nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I kind of like that glow of orange coming down his face from his.
Mhm. Nice portrait.
Mhm. Very nice.
Yeah, this was a crew. The guy on the right was doing some acting and she was shooting in video, and then they were just kind of checking out a take to see what was going on. And like,
Mhm.
this was in Naples, I believe.
Wow.
Naples, Italy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at her eye, look at her.
I know. That's-
Yeah.
Like wings.
Yeah, I don't know. I
It's very
I was
cool.
wondering if it was applied or a tattoo.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think she's perfect.
Yeah, because that would be a heck of a place to put a tattoo. Yeah.
Mm.
Painful.
Yeah. And then she's, only done half her hair as well. It's kind of interesting. And this was just coming out of the airport and going over to wait for the bus to go to
That's
get
right.
no, this was just someone standing in the rain waiting for the bus. And I said, "Do you mind if we take a picture?" And she just struck a pose. So that was kind of nice.
Mm.
So this is in Rome. And this is years ago on film again, Velvia, in Myanmar, Burma. Yeah,
It's a great shot.
Mhm.
Nice shot.
it's film, yeah. Thanks.
I love the young, I assume it's a young boy.
Yeah, the monk.
There,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
monk.
yeah.
That color.
That's a really good one, Sandy.
Good, Sandy.
Thanks.
And the shadow, is that him? The
Yeah,
shadow?
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
amazing.
And this was in Cuba, just one of the bars in Havana.
Mm.
Did you run that through a filter? It just, everything.
I put it through Neo because it was a little soft.
That's what everything looks
This was like one of my first digital cameras, and I think it was maybe 2,000 pixels on that sensor. Yeah, so
That's
yeah.
a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you have to ask permission for these guys or? you
No,
just-
I just shot it. I shoot and ask later.
Mhm.
A lot of times.
Might have done this.
Could be, or Hemingway. And back in Burma,
Mm.
these guys, they row with their legs on the back of these with these big oars, and they use these nets. It's real shallow, so they take the net and drop it down on top of the fish. With the wide end down. Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
So where were you when you shot that?
That's in Myanmar, Burma area. It's Inle Lake. We were on a boat very similar to this, but powered. It was long and thin like that.
So what was your lens?
Probably an 80 to 200, I think, at that time. Yeah, or no, 7,300 is what I had on the Canon. 8,200 was my old Nikon one.
So you have to parallel. I mean, you know.
Down low, yeah, to
Yeah,
get to get that reflection going. Oh, thanks. Yep, that's it.
Good.
Okay.
Wow.
Great show today.
Incredible.
It's interesting that there was quite a lot of black and whites today.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
Very nice pictures today.
Yeah.